we're going to have a look at the 3 outwards blocks. Now, a quick reminder of how we create the hand position. For basic level, fingers nice and tightly squeezed together. A little turn at the top there gives you an extra bit of resistance should your fingers get caught. And your thumb lifts to the side there. We're going to be blocking with this tool primarily. This is your primary or your first blocking tool. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to use the arm here as an additional backup blocking tool, which is this secondary. Primary and secondary, we try to avoid the fingers getting caught in this. So it's a palm or an arm block that we're looking at here. So the blocks we're looking at is a low outwards moving block, normally from the front hand, can be done off the back hand, but really that's to do with an attack coming from the side. But for the moment, let's focus on more beginner's level. So we're going to perform a low outwards block, a middle outwards block, and a high section outwards block. Okay, each time trying to get that primary blocking tool, the palm, or the secondary blocking tool as a backup to make contact with the attacking technique coming through, which could be a kick or a big strike coming through. So from that position there, how do we perform the technique? Well, ideally, for safety, if we're not using the palms to block with or to strike with, the hands remain closed for safety. So from your guard position there, what I'm going to get you to do from here is I'm going to get you to just take your arm and your body back slightly. You're going to twist away, turning your back face slightly, open your hand up, I'm going to block across. So from here, guard position here, we're going to find we just pull back slightly to get the power, and we block across. Now we may not get a chance at all to use our body. Is it okay to perform that, just an arm movement? Yeah, but you're going to be losing an awful lot of power and an awful lot of strength in the blocking tool. So if you can, we're going to try and get the body back and the body through. So it's going to come back, it's going to wind up, and we're going to use the body to twist through, and we're going to finish the block with the palm facing away from you, palm facing the wall. I've got my left leg forward, I'm blocking with my left hand, and the blocking tool here is facing the left. Everything's on the left. So we're going to pull back very slightly and block through. If you haven't got time in a real fight situation to pull back first, you can just go straight through from there. Twist through and block through from there. Now, don't pull back too far. And when you come through, this is the most important bit. Imagine there's an invisible wall slightly wider than your hips. We just want to go slightly past that leg. If we block here, the leg's still going to get hit, for example. So see if you can go slightly past that front leg, or in case of the body, slightly past the body, or slightly past the head. Each time, that palm is facing, that left palm faces the left wall, the right palm, of course, faces the right. Now, let's start with this low block. So I'm going to talk you through these basics more, because there's a couple of mistakes that I see at higher level. So I want to iron out all the mistakes that I see and hopefully get this technique looking really good. So in guard position here, we're going to do that low block. Pull back slightly, do a slow motion, practice this movement. You can see very little shoulder movement, okay? It's really in the body you're going to get the power, the speed and control. So blocking through, you can see how I'm finishing slightly outside the body, and it's back to guard as fast as I can. So it's going to be 1 and back, 2 and back, 3 and back, 4 and back. Look where you're blocking. Look down where you're blocking. Make sure you get contact. Also, another little tip here, not only do we need to go slightly wider than the body, but also it's no good having it too close, okay? You lose a little bit of power there, not too much, but ideally what we probably do there is actually move away. But for the moment, see if you can when you practice on a more general level, give it a nice distance away from your body. Not too high up, remember, you're blocking a kick in towards the thigh here, side of the thigh here, okay? So that position there, we're going to block through, and to low block, try on both sides. So guard position there, blocking through, get the body twist, get some speed and get back to guard as fast as you can. The lower grades, walk yourself through. Let's get some movement. There, okay, remember the kick, coming around the side. Think of a picture of kick, somebody kicking me, I need to stop it. Now, a lot of students do, particularly low grade, is they try to push it away. I want you to think of this as a sort of wall, a brick wall. There, tense, hold it tight, let the kick impact the hand. So it's put in position, it's a barrier, let the kick come through. So that's looking at low section, left and right, front hand, then left and right here, front hand, like so. Get that body twist through. Now using that same principle, we're now going to have a look at the middle section. So a little bit harder, in fact, this one I tend to find is the hardest to teach and the hardest for students to get right at an early stage. So from that position there, we pull the body back very slightly. But the good thing is, this hand doesn't have to straighten up at all. It's already in position. All we've got to do is get that body turn. You can even find your back leg turn slightly on this one. Gives you a little bit more body twist, gives you a little bit more backup power behind the technique. So as it comes through, I'm going to bring the hand back slightly. As I turn, the hand opens, turns toward, remember left leg, left hand faces the left hand palm faces the left wall. So again from here and turn. Imagine the wall's there, I'm touching the wall with my hand there. A lot of students finish here or they finish here. Still works, but I want this tool, it's more controllable, I want the palm blocking. So again, to turn. Now, here's the mistake a lot of students make. Okay, now it still blocks, this is pretty useless, but you're very open here. Elbow must come down. In fact, what you'll find is it's a little bit closer. So you've got the whole of that, blocking the whole of that, pretty much, okay? So you find on this occasion, you may find the palm may not be the full blocking tool or the primary blocking tool here. You may actually find the arm becomes the primary blocking tool. That becomes the secondary one, depending if it goes a little bit lower. So without confusing you anyway, keep the elbow down, let the body turn back to guard, keeping that middle section blocked, get that palm turning, get the body turning. I want you to practice 5 on the left and right. So let's have a quick look on this side as well. Short stance again, allows you to get the body twist. Keep the elbow down here, keep the body twist here, almost bring it in slightly. There, here, block, back, block. Okay, a lot of students want to stretch it out, they want to push that kick or that strike away. It's a barrier. Leave it there, let it hit, okay? So turn, try and get it through. How far round am I going? From the front? There's the side, I'm in between, about 45 degrees if that's helpful. That's where I'm aiming for, 45 degrees. Get the hand turning, elbow down. This is the hard one, it's awkward. Feels more natural to raise it up. Keep it in tight. Small gap, if any, keep it tight. Okay? Keep it tight. High section, let's have a look at that one. Same principle again. This time we're going to take the hand a little bit higher. We're going to pull it back slightly, remember, we're winding up, across, winding up, across. We're going to wind this one up, but as you wind up, bring the hand higher, in line with your sort of eye level with your ear level, okay? I'm going to block across, so again from here, blocking across. Elbow down, same as the middle one. Elbow down. Palm, head level, face level, here. So blocking across, get that palm turned. This is hard, you've got to twist a little bit here. So the more you turn your body, if you just do this, it's tight, really tight, it's weak. It's a weak resistance against that big attack. So blocking through, high section, elbow down, watch that elbow. Keep it in, keep it in. 5 on the left, 5 on the right. So again, I want you to practice in your own time. Practice as many as you like. Focus on that. Watch your guard position. Here, keep it nice and tight. So we'll go back to basics with these blocks, but we've covered a lot more detail about the turn. We don't often get this level of time in the class itself, so this is nice that we can spend more time and go through this, and you can watch this video as many times. If you feel this isn't a strong technique for you, this is your chance to break it down. So just remember, you've got to pull back, pull through. You've got to turn through the technique. Pull back, turn through. Pull back, turn through. If you don't have time, high grades, I want you to practice straight in position. Don't pull back, so you can do it quicker. It's not as strong, but it's faster. So here, twist through, twist through, twist through. Okay? And this side again, twist through, back to guard, twist through, elbow down, twist through, elbow down. Okay? It's a little bit more advanced for higher grades. Just practice the full body power technique, practice the speed technique. Try not to practice with just the arm. Yes, it still works. Yes, it could still protect you. But I want to teach you with that power, either building it up or just getting a normal twist position there to give you the best quality outwards blocking technique. So you've done a low outwards block, middle outwards block, and a high outwards block. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.